Hello friends and welcome to yet another amazing video of Wisdom Zone, and I'm quite sure you have already guessed it from the thumbnail. Today I have the 16th session of Develop Your Spoken English and become more fluent and proficient in your communication. And today I am going to discuss 25 antonyms which you can incorporate in your everyday communication, and I'm quite sure it's going to be imperative for your everyday conversation. So watch this video carefully till the end so that you do not miss a single vocabulary and single antonym which I'm going to discuss today. And again, it is my request to the viewers who haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get the first notification of a new video. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. So friends, welcome back to the 16th session of Develop Your Spoken English and become more fluent and proficient in your communication. And as I have promised, today I'm going to discuss 25 antonyms which you can use in your everyday conversation, and they are going to be imperative for your everyday English because we need to know antonyms so that we can use the right word in the right context, right? So before I move forward, let me quickly remind all the viewers that I have provided all the links of the previous videos in the description. So please go through the previous videos and you will learn so many interesting facts, interesting things, latest techniques from those videos. Without wasting any more time, let's get started with today's discussion. So friends, as you see, before I move forward, I would like to discuss about an antonym. So let me tell you what is an antonym. An antonym is a word which expresses the opposite meaning. So that is called an antonym. Synonym means having similar meaning or the same meaning, and antonym means a word that expresses opposite meaning. It's called antonym, and antonyms are quite imperative for our everyday English conversation so that you can use the right vocabulary in the right context. So without further ado, let me go ahead and discuss 25 important antonyms for everyday English conversation. So friends, let me tell you, today I am going to discuss 25 important antonyms, and you will find most of them are quite important and some of them are so important that you have to use them in your everyday conversation. Maybe you know them, but maybe you don't exactly recollect while speaking. So I am going to give you very easy examples so that you can remember those antonyms, and I'll show you how to use the right antonym in the right situation. So that is very important because sometimes we get stuck. So it is imperative to use the antonyms because if we know the antonyms, we can speak confidently and fluently in the right situation, and obviously it's going to help you to use the right vocabulary so that you do not get stuck while speaking. And let me tell you, I'll give you examples with the antonyms so that you can remember and incorporate them in your everyday conversation. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So friends, the first word which I am having is simple. As you see, the antonym is complex. Simple antonym is complex. So let's see how to use it. Life is not complex, it's quite simple. So just the opposite is complex. Just remember this. Up next, I will show you the second one, which is quite useful. That is affluent. Affluent means rich, wealthy. So we can use the antonym indigent. We can use poor also, but indigent is also another useful antonym which you can use instead of poor. So let's see how to use it. Affluent people need to work for the upliftment of indigent people. So I'm quite sure it's clear how to use this word indigent. And affluent means rich, indigent is just the opposite or the antonym, that is poor. So let's see the next one and the third vocabulary for today, that is modern. Modern, and the antonym is outdated. We can use outdated or we can use old fashioned. Very important because sometimes we do not get the right antonym of modern, so it is old fashioned or outdated. So let's see how to use it. We discarded all the outdated furniture and purchased some modern ones. So like this way you can use. When we want to buy new things, obviously we use the word modern. We say modern furniture, and when you talk about old things, then we use the word outdated or old fashioned. So I'm quite sure it's clear. So up next, let's turn our attention towards the fourth one, that is polite. And it is a very important one because sometimes we say rude. We use the antonym rude. So it is not totally wrong, rude is also correct, but you can use impolite, which is quite perfect, I guess, right? So polite, and the antonym or the opposite is impolite. So let's see how to use it. He was so impolite, that's why the teacher asked him to leave the class. So that's the way you can use impolite, but obviously you can use rude also. So up next we will see the fifth one, which you see on your screen. The fifth word is important. In fact, it is quite frequently used. So we can use two antonyms. The first one is unimportant. Just remember this: important, and the opposite or the antonym is unimportant. Another useful one is trivial. You can use trivial also. That is also another antonym or opposite of important. So let's see how to use this wonderful vocabulary, trivial. We often prioritize trivial things. So that's what we do sometimes. So we sometimes give priority to trivial things or unimportant things. So I hope it's clear the antonym of important, that is trivial or unimportant. So up next we will see the sixth one, that is smart. So the antonym or the opposite of smart is unsmart. So let's see how to use it. Smart people sometimes make unsmart decisions. So it happens, obviously. So I'm quite sure it's clear. So up next, let's turn our attention towards the seventh useful vocabulary, that is friendly. So we must know the opposite of it, and the opposite of friendly is unfriendly. Okay, so it's quite useful. It is quite easy also to remember. Just remember, next time when you want to talk about a person who's not friendly, don't say not friendly, you can say unfriendly. Okay, Sam used to be unfriendly, but now he has become quite friendly. So like this way you can use this. So let's see the next one, that is popular. Popular is again a very important one, and the opposite is unpopular. So just you have to add un and make it opposite. So just remember that it's quite easy, that's why I have given it. So sometimes we tend to forget it. Smith works for a company which is quite unpopular. Okay, so up next, let's turn our attention towards the ninth one, that is known, and the opposite is also quite simple, that is unknown. Again we are adding un. So just remember this: known and opposite or antonym is unknown. Let's see the example. Earlier he was unknown to me, but now he has become quite known. That means now he has become quite known to me. Earlier he was not known. Okay, so up next we will see the 10th one, familiar, and the antonym or the opposite is unfamiliar. So let's see how to use it. The topic was totally unfamiliar to me. So I'm quite sure that means it was not familiar. So up next, let's turn our attention towards the, as you see, the 11th one is respect. And obviously we have to remember the antonym, that is disrespect. To disrespect is to not to respect someone. So it's very important. Just remember respect, and the antonym or the opposite is disrespect. So let's see how to use it. We should not disrespect our elders. So I'm quite sure it's clear how to use this word disrespect. Up next, let's focus on the next vocabulary which you see on your screen, that is broad, and the opposite of broad is quite important, it's narrow. So let me show you the example. Our parking space is very narrow. That means it's not broad, it's narrow. Up next we will see the 13th one, which is extremely important, that is deep, and the antonym is shallow. That means shallow means not deep. So let's see how to use it. Our swimming pool is quite shallow, so there is no risk of drowning. So up next, let's focus on the 14th one, that is on your screen, that is punctual. Very important, and sometimes we do not remember the antonym. We say not punctual, but we have a specific one, that is unpunctual. So straight away you can use the word unpunctual. So let's see how to use it. Smith became quite unpunctual after his promotion. So I'm quite sure it's clear how to use this word unpunctual, which is the exact antonym of punctual. So let's turn our attention towards the 15th one, that is allow, and the antonym is disallow. It means not to allow. So let's see how to use it. They disallowed his application because of misleading data. That means his application was not allowed nor permitted. I'm quite sure it's clear. So we can use disallow instead of saying not allow. Okay. Up next, let's turn our attention towards the 16th one, which is very important, that is introvert, and the exact antonym is extrovert. Introvert means a person who is reserved or shy, and extrovert means a person who is quite outgoing. So let's see how to use it. Ben is an extrovert. That means he has this type of trait. He is outgoing. So I'm quite sure it's clear the exact antonym or the opposite of introvert. So up next, let's focus on the 17th one, which you see, which is effective. Effective is also quite useful, and the exact antonym or opposite is ineffective. Something which is not effective is ineffective. So let's see how to use it. I took a pill to reduce my toothache, but it was totally ineffective. So just remember the antonym is ineffective, okay, not ineffective. So many people make this mistake, they say ineffective, which is not at all correct. Understood? There is no such word called ineffective. It's ineffective. So I'm quite sure it's clear how to use it. So let's turn our attention towards the next one that is on your screen. That is number 18, that is efficient. It's slightly similar to the previous one, and the antonym is inefficient. Okay, so let's see how to use this. The management found him inefficient, hence he was sacked. That means terminated. He was not efficient. So let's turn our attention towards the 19th one, which is reliable. Very important. We must know the exact antonym, or the opposite is unreliable. We add un, okay, before it, and then you make it opposite. He told me something which was totally unreliable. So I'm quite sure it's clear. So up next, let's focus on the next one, that is number 20. As you see, that is on your screen. Number 20 is rational, and opposite is irrational. Something that is not rational. You can use another one, that is illogical. That is something non logical, is also called illogical. Rational opposite is irrational or illogical. That is not logical. So let's see how to use it, because rational means logical and irrational means not logical. So let's see how to use it. His explanation was totally irrational. That means it was not logical. So I'm quite sure it's clear. So up next, let's turn our attention towards the 21st one, which you see on your screen. That is practical. Practical is a very important one. We can use two synonyms. First is impractical, and here we can use unpractical also. Both are correct, okay, in English. So let's see how to use it. The plan may sound good, but it's totally impractical, said our manager. That means it was not practical. Up next, let's turn our attention towards the 22nd one, which you see on your screen. That is hygienic, and the exact antonym is unhygienic. So let's see how to use it. It is quite unhygienic to eat stale food. Yes, it's obviously quite unhygienic to eat stale food. One should not eat stale food and should avoid it. So up next, let's see the 23rd one, which you see on your screen. That is energetic. We have two antonyms we can use. That is unenergetic, which is quite important. You have to remember this. And another is lethargic. So let's see how to use it. Roy has become quite lethargic these days. Okay, so you can also use unenergetic also. Just remember that. So up next, let's focus on the 24th one, that is safe. And we can use a beautiful antonym, that is unsafe. Again, we are adding un and it becomes the opposite, right? So unsafe, another is risky, you know, dangerous also. They are quite common, but unsafe is quite easy to use. So let's see how to use it. It's unsafe to ride a bike without wearing a helmet. It's true, so one should not ride a bike. So it's totally unsafe. So at last, let's turn our attention towards the 25th one and the last one for today, that is auspicious, and the antonym is inauspicious. Okay, it's very important. Auspicious means something favorable, inauspicious means something which is not favorable. So let's see how to use this wonderful vocabulary. It was an inauspicious beginning, as it rained cats and dogs the whole morning. So I'm quite sure it's clear. That means it was not very favorable. So today I have discussed 25 extremely useful antonyms. I have shown you examples. I have given you some very important examples which you can remember, and these examples are helpful. Remember these antonyms so that you can recollect and use them, and go through the examples and practice again and again so that you can recollect them, you can remember them, and also can use them in the future. So again, it is my earnest request to all the viewers who haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get many more videos like this. So stay tuned for further informative videos, and do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to Wisdom Zone.